Hello and welcome to Juicy Scoop. I have your second favorite Fortune Feimster.
Are we sure it's second favorite? I don't
Chris's
know.
little heart can't take it. Okay, so please don't start any bullshit.
It's
Fortune.
It's Fortune, you guys. But you already knew that.
Yes, Fortune, you're beloved.
I love my Juicy Scoopers that are your Juicy Scoopers, and I feel like I'm the adopted child
Yes, you
of
are.
the Juicy Scoop family.
They're great. A lot
You
of
and
people.
Chris are daddy and mommy.
A lot of people have seen you live, which is very exciting because you have your Netflix special coming out. Everyone has Netflix, and they can see it on the 21st, you said?
The 21st, Sweet and Salty, it's called.
Of January of this year. What if it was like next year? We're just getting a jump start on it.
Because when does this come out?
This is going to be Thursday, so they'll have to wait the weekend.
So-
put it in your calendars.
So, guys, over the weekend, you can go on Netflix and put like a reminder or put it in your queue or whatever you call it.
Okay.
And then at midnight on Monday,
Just get ready for your life to
get
change.
ready for your life to change. But listen, Juicy Scoopers, this is what I need from you, okay? This is my first hour special. I've done 2 half hours. Netflix apparently gauges your success on the first 2 minutes of the special. All you have to watch is 2 minutes. And then it counts towards, I don't know what it counts
Oh
towards.
my God. Should you be revealing all this?
They
All right.
posted a thing.
Okay, if it's okay.
They posted a thing at the end of 2019.
Okay,
that said,
so you can-
they said these were the most watched specials in the first month, and it said in all the press based on watching the first 2 minutes. So this is not a secret.
God.
I don't know what.
Do we need to re-edit my special where I just like show a titty or something?
I don't know.
The first 2 minutes.
I don't know what it counts towards. I don't know what. I guess it counts towards counting that someone watched it.
Okay.
So, Juicy Scoopers, listen to me. I know you're all busy. I know you're all fabulous. You're drinking wine right now, hopefully a nice buttery Chardonnay. Just go into your Netflix next week. Turn on my special. If you don't have time to watch it right now, let it play. Leave the room. I don't care. Then watch it when you have time.
Yes.
Okay? It'll be there for your
Spread the
listening
word.
pleasure.
Do your Christian service. Tell a friend.
Yeah, it is your duty.
A lot of people are asking about mine. We are still, I don't know, talking to people, or they're not back from Christmas or something. I don't know.
It is slow
But-
moving right now.
But let me just say, by doing this for Fortune, the
Mhm.
universe will reward me.
They will.
And
I
I
know
plan
this.
on piggybacking on Fortune's success.
That's right. Heather, well, anything you help me with helps Heather.
Yes.
And vice versa.
And it comes back in the universe.
And it's a good Christian service to
Yes.
watch my special. I think it'll put out good karma for Heather. She's going to sell her special. You guys are going to love it. I was there that weekend of her shooting it, and it's
Oh,
fabulous.
Thank you. You know what? I have all these fun things to talk about, but I'm going to get to what everybody really wants us to talk about first, and
Which
then we'll get into the
is?
rest. Meghan Markle and Harry have bolted from the royal palace. They have already branded 100 products, which is so
No
crazy.
way.
Yes.
By the way, I forgot that you video this now, and I would have worn full makeup and hair.
Oh,
had I-
because you
had I
always do.
Had I known, I would have gotten real glamorous for you, Heather. I forgot. I'm sorry. It's been a crazy
Listen, we have a
week.
light that gives you a nice glow, so just don't worry about
Oh,
it.
my skin's uneven right now. Ladies, you don't even know. I don't have my face on. This whole thing, are you
Okay,
just
this is
losing
what
your mind
Okay,
over this?
I've had lots of thoughts that I haven't really gotten into on the show. I wanted to save it with you.
Okay.
A few things. Okay. First of all, of course, England is pissed. They're angry. They hate her. There's memes where she's Yoko Ono, that she's breaking up the Beatles. Like, this whole thing. And what was her real plan? Now, I have said many times, I feel like Meghan and I have so much in common.
Kindred spirits.
We really are. We're LA, Southern California girls.
Mm-hmm.
We went to an all-girl Catholic high school.
Yep.
She went to the one in the city, me in the valley. Her mom then went to graduate school at USC. She went to Northwestern. I didn't, but she's smart. She was a waitress.
You went to USC.
The mom did.
But you did too.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, the mom went
the
later
mom.
on.
I see.
She's attractive.
Yes.
She has skinny legs. Little.
You're attractive. You have skinny legs.
She worked with Chris Frangiola at Mirabelle Restaurant.
That's
We worked
true.
with Chris Frangiola.
Yeah.
She was on a cable show. I was on a cable show. There's
Yes.
a lot.
There's a lot here.
But listen, I can see myself being in Meghan's position.
Really?
I
Okay.
was all excited to meet Prince Harry at the Soho House through a friend.
Mhm.
I was attracted to him. I couldn't believe it. I was sick of auditioning.
You're like, oh my God, he's a prince. He's the
a
prince.
I mean, I've imagined kneeling down and giving flowers to a handicapped child. It's everything I've dreamt of doing.
I was like kneeling down and doing
Well, she has
what?
to kneel down. They're little, but whatever.
I know, but I was going in
With
another
a
direction.
peaceful kneeling down too. I'm sure she did that too.
Yeah.
You know,
You have to do your
with him.
duties.
and then she gets
Then the reality sets in.
just a cold,
trapped.
drafty house.
You're trapped in an old antique.
and it's so gray out. And when you're a Southern California native,
That weather.
you cannot handle other weather. It's
No.
something that I tell kids and my friends whose kids are going off to college that live in Southern California. I go, half of them lose their minds on the East Coast and have to come home.
Because they get their seasonal depression.
They
I had a friend who grew up in a hot climate.
Yeah.
She had to turn lights on everywhere in her dorm room.
No, I think it's like you know how people talk about white privilege? I think that there's pure dog privilege, like purebred privilege.
Okay.
Like they've gone through generations of people wanting them right off the bat.
Right.
So they kind of have a tude.
Yeah.
Like just like an Irish person can drink more than a Native American because for 1,000 years the Irish people have been drinking and it's like in your
Okay.
DNA that you can handle alcohol.
Sure.
I think. What am I getting at?
I don't
think.
know.
No,
So you're thinking that the weather was hard for her.
Yes,
'cause
it's
she's
too hard.
Okay, and also her life is not her own anymore. But also she was, the press are super on her now. But they've
Yeah.
been on her. They've been so, like they will not leave the two of them alone. And I
No,
think
I mean
that
you really
part's
can't be
driving her crazy. And they've been kind of racist. The
Now,
media's been
okay,
racist.
so someone was saying, what are the racist things? Because from what I've seen as an American, it was
Mhm.
like we really celebrated the fact that she was biracial and how awesome
Americans
this was.
did.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the British media.
So what were they saying?
I don't have specific papers, but because I don't have access to those. But apparently, a lot of people were being racist. They were saying things like her bloodline was, quote unquote, ruining the bloodline of the royal family. Which I mean, they have what? Isn't there incest in that bloodline?
Yes.
So
At some point.
already kind of been tainted.
Yes.
And I don't know exactly what they were saying, but apparently it has been pretty racist. And so there was that, and just like relentlessly going after her. And I think Harry, because of the way his mom died, she was chased by paparazzi, and that literally led to her death.
well, some people say also her driver was extremely drunk.
I don't know. I mean, there are lots of things. Some
There's
people
lots of
say that
conspiracy
the
theories.
brakes were,
A lot of
messed
people said
with.
that someone wanted to kill her because she was dating a Muslim.
I don't know, but regardless, he's very
Right.
protective and he's kind of like almost determined, like I will not let what happened to my
Right.
mom happen to my family. And I get that. Like this is
I get it too.
wife,
And I
his
also think
kid.
like this is what I also think. Okay. After so many days of being freezing cold, okay,
Right.
and like just one friend over who like wrote an article about Megan's the avocado toast whisperer because she makes avocado toast so well or something. I was like, that's a stretch.
I don't know. I feel like that's pretty possible. I'd like to try that avocado toast.
that she.
Call me, girl.
So I think after a while, you're in your cold, drafty house. You
Yeah.
can't go out. I had a friend who left Southern California to be with her fiance in New York.
Okay.
And she called me in a panic one day,
Mm-hmm.
having a freak
She was
out.
cold.
She was cold and she was having a freak out. She goes, I mean, I just want to go and get my nails done and then go to Target and then I want to drive. I want to go to a mini mall. I want it to be sunny out. I just want to go to spinning, nails, Target.
Yeah.
And where am I supposed to put all my Target stuff? In a cab on and like you couldn't take it. And so I think one day Meghan Markle was like, I just want to go to the juice bar, go spinning.
I need a smoothie.
I want to get my nails done at my normal joint.
I love some sun.
Where I don't have to have an appointment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then I
love to have a girl's lunch.
I just want to have a girl. Yes.
Love to have avocado toast and talk about how mine's better.
Yes. And then laugh. And then have a fun dinner party where I'm like, Harry and I will be over at 7.
Yeah, and that's not happening.
No, it's not.
Well, she did a lot of changes. I mean, they got married. Well, they got engaged pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
Got married pretty quick. She moved over there pretty quick. Then immediately got pregnant pretty quick. I mean, so many changes in one setting that it's almost like, whoa. Like,
I think she leaned over one night in bed.
Okay.
And said, Harry, it's 2019.
Mm-hmm.
2020 is around the corner. What does it matter? What does the royal duties matter? We can have it all. We can have the biggest social media. We can make our own TV shows.
I could be a voiceover star for Disney.
Absolutely. We can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
And still have all the perks of being royals without having to be royals. We can get away from your creepy uncle. We all know he fucked that girl on Pedophile Island.
Oh, jeez.
I'm sorry, but he's your weird uncle. You're Harry in this.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me get into character.
We all know what happened, okay?
Yeah.
Yes, she was 17. It's still disgusting.
Yeah.
We don't want to be near any of that.
Okay.
With little Archie.
Yeah.
Your brother's been cheating on Kate for years with that girl who claims to be a model who isn't even cute, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
And
I don't do good accents.
And you don't even like your brother. Remember, I told you don't.
That's right. I forgot. I don't do good accents.
That's okay. Just be yourself.
Okay. Hey, whatever you want. Is that Australian?
Just do it. It sounds great. Really, Harry?
Okay.
Really, darling?
I love you.
Really, babe?
I still watch you on Suits all the time.
And if I want to go back to doing TV, we can.
Okay. Whatever you want.
And we could start our own married person podcast.
Are you still going to give me blowjobs?
Of course.
Okay, then whatever you want. Whatever you want. I have a massive erection for you.
Oh, darling, of course.
It's massive.
And some people said...
And I just want to say thank you. Thank you.
This is amazing.
Thank you for being my wife.
Well, you're welcome. I've regretted it several days, several months, several weeks.
I know.
But I love little Archie. And as long as I can have my own goop, my own Skims, my own vagina candle, my own talk show, my own podcast, my own YouTube channel, my own line of leggings, my own leisure wear, my own line of home goods.
That's a lot of products.
My own flipping a castle show.
Okay. Oh, like HGTV,
Then
coming to the castle.
Then I'll be good.
Okay.
And that's what I think is going to happen.
Interesting.
All those things. She's looking around at everybody else.
Because they're saying, we don't want your money. We don't
fucking need your money.
She's all like, got an entertainment lawyer lined up.
I don't need to. Yeah, I'm stifled. I don't want to wear any hats anymore.
See, here's the thing is you look at those palaces, and everyone's like, oh my God, those palaces, they're so grand. They're
drafty as fuck.
You go inside of them, it's like, I bet it smells moldy. Everything's like beige. And
like bugs in the walls.
And there's like, you got to sit on furniture that's like, looks like it's about to break.
Oh,
you're like, where's the giant TV?
And what if she's like, I don't even like tea.
Yeah,
I'm a coffee girl.
Tea.
I'm an LA East Coast coffee girl. Yes.
She wants a macchiato cortado. Give it flat white. What do you want? I don't want an Earl Grey. I don't want your Earl Grey tea.
No, and your tiny sandwiches.
Come on.
No.
Well,
And then when she said we're going to spend more time in North America, I'm like, AKA LA. And they're like, no, I
She's-
think it's Canada. I'm like, it'll be
No.
all the hip
she
cities.
is dying to get to Malibu.
She's going to have a place in Malibu or Pacific Palisades, a very nice place.
A compound.
The kid's going to be going to a normal school in LA.
Yeah.
But-
Harry's going to be in my spin class.
yes.
Soul Cycle.
But they will have a very nice apartment in New York. I don't know that she's a Miami girl, but if I
don't
was
think
rich, I'd
so.
want a place in Miami as well.
I don't think she's a
Because
Miami
there's certain
girl.
times of the year where it's just cold everywhere but Miami.
I think they'll have a place in LA, a place in probably Toronto.
Toronto, that's the richest part of Canada, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And
New York.
maybe New York.
For sure.
And then they'll have like just a palace on hand
when they visit.
When they visit.
Yes.
And
Or, you know what? They may go give up the house. No, they're going to keep their house.
They'll probably keep
They'll
the house.
keep the house. They'll keep
Yeah.
the house to visit the
there'll
grandparents.
be a whole staff there just not knowing what to do.
So her
'Cause they won't be
dear,
there.
her dear half sister Samantha
Oh, Samantha.
got word and did an interview for what was it? The Sun, that Australian like tabloidy talk show.
Okay.
And she is the worst.
What did she say?
She basically just said, of course she blew off the royal family, just like she blew off ours. And she is a liar and a hypocrite because diplomats and peacemakers don't just blow off their family and then blow off their second family. So, nah, I told you so, royals. Like, she's a bitch. She's selfish. She's my sister. I'll always love her, but she
Okay.
just left us high and dry. And for a better word, she ghosted us. She used the word ghosted.
That sounds about right.
But she's going to call Meghan now, and Meghan is packing up.
Okay.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling, ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Hello?
Oh, Megan, I'm so happy you answered. I really did not think you would answer.
Is this Samantha?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I can't believe you finally recognized my voice after all these year of calling.
What do you need, Samantha? I'm a little bit busy with. Could you please put that in the hanging boxes, please? Thank you.
Who are you yelling at, Megan?
I have the royal movers here.
Oh, yeah, I heard about your big transition. What a shock. You're running away from another family.
We're not running away, Samantha. If you read, we are diversifying our efforts worldwide, not just in England. And I'm also opening up a home line.
Sure. Well, okay. So listen, here's the deal. I'm broke. And I feel like you're about to open up a whole can of opportunities. I know that you're looking to get into voiceover. You're trying to sell some stuff. I'm wondering what's in it for me, your sister.
Okay. Well, first of all, we are not going to be as wealthy as we used to. We are giving up a lot of perks and wealth and servants in England to go start our own traveling podcast company.
Okay. I'm literally living in my chair. So you can take that we're not going to have as much money story and shove it up your royal hiney. I'm hungry.
Samantha, come on. I just saw the article, the interview you did for the Australian morning show where you said, I'm not a diplomat. I'm not a peacemaker. You know what, Samantha? I'm kind of sick of it. I barely knew you. You were 18 when I was born. I went to your graduation. I don't know what else you want from me, okay? We're not real sisters. We're halvesies.
Well, we still have the same blood type, okay? So if you needed a kidney, I'd give it to you.
Well, I don't want one of your kidneys.
Well, I'm just saying, one day, what if? You never know. I'm just asking for a pair of candlesticks. That's all I've been asking for the last 2 years. You can't even give me that. You're about to leave that big-ass house. You can't just sneak a box of antiques and just have a courier send them to me. I don't understand.
Samantha, They are watching us like hawks,
Mm.
okay? The last thing I need is to be accused of stealing some candlesticks from that in the royal family. That's the last thing I need. The queen barely let Harry out of the contract. And if
Ugh.
you want to know the truth,
Oh God,
Harry got a 23andMe for Christmas.
he did.
And if you
Uh-oh.
could keep this to yourself,
Oh God, what did it say?
he's not a real royal.
What?
That redheaded Navy officer that hung out with Diana 35 years ago
Tell me more.
might be his father.
Okay, can you say that louder?
So we need to leave, okay? Because this news is going to get out sooner than later, and we want it to make our choice, okay?
Hold on, I'm trying to text.
Archie is not a real royal.
Okay, hold
God,
on. Hold
I
on.
just want to go to
I'm
Target.
trying to text. Hold on.
I just want to go to Target
Okay.
and have some juices
Okay.
and walk around the Grove with Archie. And I just want to be normal again. This whole thing has been a nightmare, and it's been a nightmare for my husband, and you can't understand.
Beep beep beep. Oh,
What is
so
that?
Oh, that was my phone. I was recording something.
Samantha,
What?
I was finally pouring my heart out to my sister.
I know, and I.
Are you trying to sell this to the tabloids?
What? Can I call you back in a Sorry, this is my landline. Can I call you back?
Is
Yeah,
Daddy still
just
alive?
a couple minutes. Dad and I are busy right now.
Oh, I thought I could talk to my dad.
Write him a letter. You're good at that. Anyway, I'm sorry I got mad at you. I appreciate you telling me so much over the phone and trusting me with this information.
So
I
for
promise
now,
not to sell it to any tabloids for less than $250,000, sucker! Ha! Eat it, Megan. I just recorded everything, and you're about to get
Wait!
exposed.
wait. If I can get you those candlesticks, will you not share the story about Harry taking a 23andMe and finding out that he's not a true royal?
Do you mean the really big candlesticks that I've been asking about?
Yes.
The gold with gold around them?
It's, bronze. But yes.
Bronze? Yes.
Hello?
That's me. I'm at your door. I was actually outside the whole time.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm just here for the candlesticks. If you...
here, roll on in.
Okay.
Here we go.
Here's the recording. Oh, finally
Oh,
the
my-
candlesticks.
Oh my God. That was an amazing theatrical piece.
There were lots of twists and
audio
turns.
theatrical piece that we did in Samantha and Meghan, sisters torn with a candlestick.
I do always like being outside your door.
What do you think? Do you think that's what happened? Do you think that he got a 23andMe
no.
and realized it wasn't a...
No, I don't.
How long do you think they've been planning it?
I think that this started like 6 months ago. She started planting seeds.
Yes.
And then when she did that interview where the guy was like, "Are you okay?" and she goes, "No." Remember, or he goes, "So it's safe to say you're not okay." And she goes,
knew-
"Yes." She confirmed basically she wasn't happy. I think
Yes.
he saw that and was like,
And she knew. Because,
Oh, shit, I
everyone's
gotta
had
do
those moments
something.
in their life, whether you're like in a counseling session or with someone at work, like a boss, and they're like, "Are you still enjoying your job here?"
Mhm.
And you know that if you wanted to keep the job, you'd be like, "Absolutely love it."
Yeah,
And then you just make that split decision to go, it's been hard.
right.
Okay, that's what she did.
She
She
did.
made that decision to be like, you know what? I'm
Hmm.
going to fucking tell the truth.
Yeah,
And let the chips fall where they may.
I think that.
And where they fell was he felt badly, and then he also and also at least half the world supports them leaving.
Well, I mean, I think the people that are the very much into the royal family are the ones that are like, "How dare you?" And then I think minorities are like, they've been shitting on her the whole time.
Yeah.
Of course she wants to leave. So it depends on how you look at it, but I definitely think that was a turning point.
And I think also when she didn't they just join Instagram like within the last
really?
year?
I think
Like the
so.
royal whatever. I think that kind of
She-
made her realize like, wait, there's this whole other world now that we can do that can be fun and influential and
Right. Well,
creative.
she's probably like, "You're young, I'm young, we're good looking, we're super famous. We're just gonna hide in a castle? Come on.
Yeah.
And she didn't. This could be an ignorant question. She doesn't have like postpartum or anything. Is there any sort of stuff going on like that? But no one's.
No, I mean, I don't know, but most people that it's postpartum, it's not, yeah, there could be a little of that, but it's also like, yeah, I just think it's really looking at what the next 10 to 20 years would
Right.
look like.
She's
And
like,
she's
I
like,
can't do this.
yes, like, I want you, but I don't want all of this. So
Well-
if you want to stay married, which I'm sure he does, let's go. And also it's like, it's a different era of like, really? Do I really want to be Kate Middleton, who's just like squirting out babies and looking happy? She had to wait 10 years for fucking William to marry her.
But that
And,
is.
and everyone judging
Yeah.
them. Like, who
But-
cares? I don't care to be judged.
But I think that, he and his brother are having that riff, and some are saying it's because William was telling him, hey, slow down, which I see William's point, because at least Kate had all those years of seeing what it would be like.
Right.
She lived there. She was dating him. I mean, he met Meghan, and it was like 0 to 60. She didn't have a lot of that like, what would our lives look like if I were to
Right.
marry you? They just were like, we're together, we're engaged, we're married. And so I think there was a part of his brother was like, dude, because, you got to see if, like, if this is the life for you. You might really love this guy, but can you handle this life? He is a prince that cannot be changed, even if they take a transition.
Right.
He's been famous since he was born.
I wonder if there's going to be a moment when, like, Archie's, like, in 6th or 7th grade and they're, reading about world history.
And
And
he'll
he's
be like,
kind of like,
he'll
oh.
read about his family.
And he's like, why or he'll be like, wait a minute. You guys just fucking left all this, kind of jeopardizing my existence in England. Like,
right.
I could have, like, been, I don't know. Like, I
Right.
wonder if he's going to look back in history and be kind of like, geez, I don't know.
Well, he's living in Pacific Palisades.
Yeah.
But I will say that, everyone's like, Meghan's like calling her the Yoko Ono. Harry has rebelled against things his entire life.
Yeah, remember
And
when
he's gone. He used to come to LA, the Vegas.
remember when he was naked in Vegas with the
Yeah.
girl?
So I think he's always in a weird, like in a certain, I think he likes to use his platform for good. He does a lot of stuff in Africa. But there is this other part of him, I think, already was like rebelling against the system.
Yeah.
As is his whole life.
I remember reading some article about that girl, the one that he boned in Vegas.
Oh, I
So
forgot.
imagine being that
that
like
he-
your biggest thing, where every time,
people were like, remember when you boned
yeah, remember when you
Harry?
boned him in Vegas, and there was
for-
that photo of him like through like the glass
Yeah.
naked. Remember that?
He had some wild times. He is not like William. William knows that he's gonna be king one day, and he is on that path. He has got his eye on the prize. He plays the part. He does the thing. Kate plays the part, does the thing. Harry's always just been like, I know I'm not gonna be king.
Do you?
Why do
yeah.
I
Do you
care about
think?
this?
What year do you think that Meghan Markle, Archie, and Harry will be invited to the Kardashian Christmas party?
2 years.
Me too. I was gonna say
Twins.
2021 Christmas.
Oh, okay.
Not this next one.
Okay.
One more time around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
And they'll only go once. Once they
Just-
go once, they'll be like, we're not doing that shit show again. But it was fun.
Yeah.
We got to go once.
Well,
But yeah.
there's a lot to unfold.
Well, there you go. Everybody, you heard it
What
here
a
first.
juicy topic.
Fortune,
Oh my God, that's the worst picture.
well,
Really?
someone
Ew.
put it together. It's not good of you.
It's not
But
a great picture.
I think because they were trying to match your outfit. A juicy scooper made you a Barbie. And apparently this Barbie is coming to my San Diego show this weekend.
Yes.
In La Jolla, she said, I go, can you please send it to me? She goes, I already sent it to my friend who's coming to your show in San Diego.
That's hilarious.
And if you know, she has a blazer with a juicy scoop, almost like a real estate tag
I love my
on it.
Barbie. I don't love my
She
picture.
has sparkling blue eyes.
My Barbie's way cuter than me.
I think she just was trying to match the outfit, but you're right. It's not your cutest photo. All right, let's talk about 90 Day Fiancé.
Okay, you're gonna have
Okay.
to catch me up to speed. I
I
have not
will
been watching.
catch you up to speed. Hold on, I want to find this one.
Give me that juicy scoop.
Well, here we go. there are these two beekeepers. Okay, one is a beekeeper in like Nebraska. That's a female named Anna, and the other one,
Her?
yes, and the
Okay.
other one is named Marcel. He's from
Okay.
Turkey, and he's a beekeeper, and they're both 38.
How do two beekeepers find each other? What
On a
treat.
beekeeping dating app.
What a treat.
Yes. So they fell in love. She brought him out here.
Okay.
The only way they can communicate is through
Through bees.
no, through bees and through like the whatever, the iPhone.
Oh my gosh,
so
really?
she says something to the iPhone like, tell him we're having peanut butter and jelly for lunch. And
Wow.
then she shows it to him and he reads it in Turkey. Okay.
In Turkish.
Oh, I guess. He reads it in Turkish.
Speaks Turkey.
Anyway,
He reads
she
it
had
in
3
Turkey.
boys, like 16.
With him?
No,
Already.
we don't know where the dad is.
Okay.
But they look like they're all.
Died in a bee accident.
They all look like they have the same dad because they're very similar looking.
Okay.
And they're like 15 or 16, like 13 and 8. Okay.
Mhm.
Of course, the 8-year-old is like the most accepting of this weird guy.
Okay.
But the older ones are like, really, mom? Like,
right. He can't even speak
doesn't speak English. Like, even the one thing they like to do together, bees, like, he's like kind of a dick about.
Does he carry a purse?
Oh, that is his satchel because he's getting ready to leave.
Oh, okay.
What happened is they got married
Uh-huh.
and he finally on the phone told his family
Okay.
on FaceTime, which by the way they had to like block out these people's faces
Yeah,
so
they're
they
like,
look like
we don't want to be on
they
this
almost look
show.
like the people in Scream. It was really weird. Remember the mask in
Mhm.
Scream like that? Okay. And he said Anna has 3 boys. And this is what's interesting is somebody that was watching this show that speaks Turkish realized that the translation or something was that the people at home were hearing him say, I just found out she has 3 boys, instead of, I'm letting you know Anna has 3 boys.
Okay.
So anyway, the reaction of the family was like, she's awful, she's
Oh.
horrible, get away from her, it's over.
Like they were thinking she deceived him.
Yes.
Okay.
But the whole time he knew they were dating
Right.
everything. He
Yeah.
knew. He just he also knew that would be a problem telling them. But that's like so rude. It's not like they can't have one. He's only 38. They could have had another baby if it was like about carrying the name or whatever.
Right.
So they said, get out of there. You're leaving. And for the entire episode, which is 2 hours long, for at least 45 minutes, they just bawled crying.
Oh,
Crying his eyes out
sad.
that he doesn't want to leave. They cried so hard. Look, he fell on the
Oh
ground.
my gosh.
And she's just, then they go to the airport.
They must really like each other.
And she was like, please change your mind. And he's like, she goes, why? And he's just like, I'm choosing my mother over you.
This is
I
better than
am.
the Notebook.
And then he goes by, he's about to go to his gate. Then he goes, Anna! That's the one word he can say. And he goes running. And I'm like, and she turns around and he goes, like he just tries to kiss her. And she's like, are you going to stay? And he's like, no, I just want to say goodbye once more.
No.
It went on like 5 times. And he finally left. And she just
Whoa.
went home bawling.
Whoa. That's intense.
I mean, she can never have honey again.
Normally,
it's horrible.
Normally, I don't root for any of these couples, but that one makes me sad.
It
Look,
was sad.
He's like,
On the
on his
ground. If you guys go to
knees.
youtube.com/Heather McDonald, I have this video. I have the photos up on the screen. He so sad. Okay.
but we don't,
What?
but that was the latest, so we don't know what's
That's
gonna,
the latest. That was Sunday.
oh, what a cliffhanger.
So they'll probably have a reunion or something, and we'll probably hear from him on
and
Skype. But I really don't know that they'll get back together.
But
I mean, maybe
also-
they will when they see this, and maybe he'll go home and go, you know, there was a translation. I meant that I'm just telling you, she never deceived me. And she's
Mm.
only 38, and we can have one more Turkish kid with my last name. Can I please go and be a beekeeper in Nebraska?
but like, whose parents at 38 still control them enough for you to be like, okay,
I guess different weird cultures and you're the only son. That's what he says.
that he has that duty towards his family? Yeah, I guess.
I mean, you're in America on a TV show with a woman that you love. Why are you going home to Turkey? No offense to Turkey.
sure it's a lovely place.
Well, whatever. I don't get it. Okay, now this is a fun group. Okay,
Who is this?
this girl, she's wait. Let me go to the. Wait,
Who-
hold on.
What's happening?
Her name is Jasmine.
What show is this?
This is same 90 Day.
Oh, okay.
She's Jasmine. She fell in love with Blake.
Okay.
He's a DJ, or like does music, has anything.
Uh-huh.
He got on the show so that he could show one of his performances at Mint. They go to the Mint. You know the Mint.
Yeah,
It's been around forever.
It's a little bar in LA.
He has a big show at the Mint.
A lot of people play music there.
She's from Finland. She comes.
Mhm.
She says she loves him. She spends like 4 hours doing her makeup,
Wow.
and she won't let him touch her face. And then they go, and she's like, I don't like his music. He's not my
Oh.
favorite artist.
Mm.
And all the friends are like, she wasn't like down on the ground, like dancing to your music. But he does a weird thing. He wears like a ski mask on stage. She wasn't into it.
Yeah.
And then
Everyone's trying to find their like
and then
marshmallow.
this is so they leave, and this is her sister in the back, and
That's the sister.
yeah, she has a sister here that won the green card lottery, which I guess actually really exists.
Oh, you just sign up and hope that you get chosen.
And then she got to come to America, and then this girl
So this
got
one's-
to come.
this one on the show is clearly just wanting to come to America.
I think so.
She doesn't care.
I think they bone though.
I'm sure he's a very attractive man.
But she has to live with his parents while he lives somewhere else because the parents are very Christian and won't let them live together.
her parents?
No, his.
His. Okay. Interesting.
So she's just annoyed. And because she's like she's from Finland and she doesn't speak the English language perfectly and she doesn't want anyone to touch her makeup. So she comes off like a bitch.
Well, she wants to be beautiful. She's on television, Heather.
Okay.
If I had known I was on television right now, I would be beautiful.
This is my other favorite couple. I forgot to do the picture, but it's Angela and Michael.
Ooh, what are we looking at?
Angela had to go to Nigeria for the third time. They're still not married. I don't know if they're keeping them from getting married because the visa people are actually in cahoots with the TLC people because Angela and Michael are the best couple ever.
Really?
They're the most fun to watch. She's about 53 and white. He's 30 and black and Nigerian.
Oh, yes.
And he took her to this restaurant.
What
and look,
is this?
It's a fish with little teeth. That's what she has to eat for
No.
breakfast.
He has seen it?
She does
Why?
in Nigeria.
It's like a delicacy?
Yes. No, it's just like their normal
They
stuff.
just love this fish.
Yes.
Mm.
My relative, my
No.
husband, my dad's first cousin was an Irish priest.
Okay.
He spent all these years in Nigerian villages, like helping the Catholic people there.
Mhm.
And he would tell me about the food in Nigeria. And by the way, he was very heavy, so apparently it was good. But
Yeah, he must have really liked
He-
it. Then.
the delicacy was chocolate covered, like ants and crickets and stuff.
Whoa, okay.
And
If
that's what
there's
you would
chocolate
eat.
on it, whatevs. But fish with teeth?
With
no,
teeth.
no.
So she's like, no. And all I'm thinking about, it's breakfast, okay? And it's a gloomy day in Nigeria.
Yeah.
And you have to eat like a cooked fish for breakfast. Or if they were able to get married, she'd be in Georgia and they could be like having waffles,
And fatty, fat Americans.
bacon, like a cheesy Denver omelet. Like breakfast food in America is the best. I don't think there's a better place for breakfast than America.
A million pastries.
You know, have you ever been to like
We're
a big
all-
buffet but it's sort of international?
Yeah.
And so then you see like, oh, this is the Japanese portion of the breakfast. And you're like, who the
It's
fuck
usually
wants that for breakfast?
dim sum. Well,
Yeah.
there's when I travel internationally, there's a lot of Chinese travelers. So
Right.
there's always a
What do you think about a Chinese
a
breakfast?
Chinese
it's
breakfast.
it's
There's
not as
noodles.
good.
It's always noodles, always rice, and like dim sum.
Is that what you want for at 9
I mean,
a.m.?
it's just not what
or
our
do you
culture
want
eats.
some
but
yummy pancakes?
I will say they're very healthy and
Yeah.
skinny, and we're all fatters that just want the good. Yeah, we definitely have the best breakfast.
I remember when I was in Ireland, I went to Ireland once for a week when I was 16, and I said, all I want when I get home, Dad, is to go to IHOP. I just want like a real breakfast with like pancakes
haven't
and
been to-
eggs.
I haven't been to IHOP in a long time.
Well, it's still happening.
It's still delicious there. I love me some Waffle House. Yeah.
Anyway, they can't get married, but she did get some Botox.
Okay.
And she got some burning of like her freckly chest.
Okay.
So she is looking better. And they're still trying to get their visa. But like I said, I think the holdup is that TLC wants to keep their storyline going.
Right. Yeah, that happens.
This couple, Mike and Natalie,
Mm-hmm.
she is from the Ukraine. She's very pretty. And she just found out that he doesn't believe in God. And therefore, she's like, I don't think I want to have a baby with you.
Well, those have to line up.
And he's like, no, I don't. He goes, I think stories in the Bibles about things happening in the sky were probably aliens. And they probably
Okay.
wrote about aliens and not God. And she's just said, so at the end, he's like, the producer said, do you love him? And she's like, no, I can't say I love him. I can't. So they
Well,
left.
if you're gonna have kids together, those morals have to line up. You have to either both not believe in it or both believe in it.
Or be like, I'm totally fine with you teaching the kid anything you want, sending to the school you want. But if you disagree, no, you can't get married.
Right.
This is Sinjin. He's very hot.
Sinjin.
He's from the Cape Cod, South Africa.
Cape Cod.
Cape Town. He does not want to work. Really.
Oh, Sinjin. He's gonna get by on those pretty looks.
She had to go away for a little bit to learn how to be an herbalist, and she's like, "Why didn't you take a woodworking class?" He's like, "The woodworking class was $800 for the week."
Oh,
and I did think
expensive for
I
a
did think
woodworking
that seemed
class.
very expensive. Like, how much money are you gonna make? Like, you know, when you're driving and you just see some guy like selling like stuff on the road that's like woodwork, like a dolphin coming out of the ocean, or
they're not very pricey.
Yes.
I guess maybe the woodworking is like they're teaching him how to like make table, like furniture. That
like Carrie Bradshaw's boyfriend Aiden, remember?
Yeah.
When he's like, oh, this leather chair. Yeah.
It might be that kind of woodworking, not like a dolphin.
Yeah.
There's a dolphin to put on your mantle.
Like a fisherman, like it's like a fishing
the sea
boat.
captain.
Yeah,
with the stand or the totem poles. Those are always made of wood. I think maybe it was more furniture making.
And obviously, in 1 week, you wouldn't be able to make a dolphin.
Right.
I think that would
you could
take
make
a little more
table,
skill.
though.
Anyway, he doesn't want to do any of it.
Sinjin's
This is my
cannot be
favorite
bothered.
couple. Is she not the cutest thing you've ever seen?
Juliana.
She's from Brazil. She's only 24. Michael's 42. He is wealthy.
Greenwich, Connecticut is a very wealthy town.
Yes, and he met her on like a hooker yacht yacht. Like he met her on a yacht with other rich men and other very attractive models.
Oh, okay.
But she says, I am not a hooker.
Right.
I know some that are models / hookers, but I am not. I was just a model. And she's so cute. And she really got close with his wife, his ex-wife.
Oh, I was like, huh?
His ex-wife. In fact, this is
the
the back of her
ex-wife?
head.
Oh, no.
And she went to try on her dress. And the ex-wife, like, loves her.
What?
And
that's an interesting scenario.
And she's, like, giving her tips on how to deal with the husband.
So the ex-wife must be glad not to be married to him.
Yes, and they're laughing, and they're going to look for dresses
They're
together.
like girlfriends.
And that's what made me think about Sister Wives.
A throuple.
Yes, Sister Wives.
Okay.
Because I'm watching Sister Wives, and Sister Wives. It's Cody and the 3 women.
Right.
4 women.
That show's still on?
Oh, my God, yes.
It's been on forever.
I know. They're
Wow.
miserable. All of them.
They're in a multi-person marriage and all miserable.
They're miserable. At one point, he's trying to build this big house for them all to live there together. And he's like, at a certain point, I got to ask myself, did God really intend for us to be polygamous? No. He didn't.
No, they were just...
Somebody created
They only became polygamous because their people were dying from the Mormons that were crossing
What's
the
the story?
country.
Tell me.
Well, there were...
By the way, didn't you graduate summa cum laude?
I did. I'm very smart.
So tell us the story.
So they're the Mormons. They now want to be called the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. That's always been their name, but apparently they don't want to be called Mormons anymore.
Okay.
They were traveling from, I want to say upstate New York. I'm not sure the area. From there, because they were being persecuted for their beliefs.
Okay.
They traveled across America.
Yeah.
To where they ended up in Utah.
Right.
That's why there's so many Mormons in Utah. But that was back in the day. This was like
1800s,
1800s something.
Yeah.
So a lot of people were dying along the way, kind of like the gold rush, people that were traveling.
Right.
So what was happening is that they were like, our people are gonna die out, and there's not enough, you know, couples to keep our people going. So the men started taking on multiple wives because that woman's husband died on the way there. And so that ended that it became a thing where it was like mandated, you now will have multiple wives so we can replenish our people once we get to Utah.
Whoa. Well,
And so it was a thing in their minds that bore out of a necessity.
Mhm.
And then over time, obviously, when they were settled and they were like, okay, we no longer need to do that. Some people didn't get the memo. But for the most part, it's a very small, sect of people that practice polygamy, and it's certainly not encouraged anymore, and hasn't been for a long time.
Well, one thing that's interesting about them is that they're all married to Cody, right? And
Mhm.
on the last episode, Mary, who's the first and most miserable of the wives, she doesn't even like Cody. They're in therapy. She's just like, what am I doing here? But
Yeah.
I still like being on the show, and she gets to sell some clothes online or something. Anyway, she is like, at one time, they all lived in this cul-de-sac together, which
Okay.
seemed pretty genius.
And like their own houses?
They all had their own houses.
Definitely have your own house. Don't be in the same house.
But Cody said, we're all leaving there, and we're going to go to this place in Flagstaff. And while we're building our house, that will all be one big house again.
Yeah.
We'll each have our own houses. Unfortunately, though, they're really far apart.
Okay.
Now, Cody says, I like it better than the cul-de-sac because when I would go from house to house to house, I didn't have any time to wash off the energy of one wife before I went to the other wife. And I'd be having a fight with Christine, but I was good with Robin, but it would be hard to be like, bye, bitch. Hey, babe. Like, it was hard for him. So he's like, I actually like driving 22 minutes in between the wives' houses.
I can see that.
And then Mary said, well, I like not having the cul-de-sac situation anymore, too, because I was in such a bad place with Cody, and then I'd walk out into the cul-de-sac and see him hugging Robin.
Right.
And I would have to witness the fact that he was having great relationships with other people. So it wasn't him, it was us.
Right.
And so, so anyway, the women do not want this massive house. He got a contractor to do a video of what the house will look like.
Okay.
Which is what he goes, this is my living room and my kitchen. And anybody can come in there as they want, and we can all fit in here. And then each wife has their own bedroom, guest bedroom. Maybe if they have a couple more kids, there's more bedrooms. I don't know. And then their own kitchen. So they can have their own kitchen.
Yeah.
But if they want to go to Cody's kitchen, any wife is welcome in Cody's kitchen. But if they just want to be like, bye, bitches, I want 2 days by myself. Anyway, now they're all living separately and nobody's calling each other. They finally meet for lunch and they're like, one girl was like, I was here for a week and nobody contacted me. And they're like, well, you didn't contact me. I'm like, it's
a disaster.
It's a disaster. And so then I'm watching The Bachelor and I'm like, this is The Bachelor 25 years from now. If he was to continue to date all these women, because they're like, I just have to focus on my own relationship, and then they still have to act like they're happy when like one girl goes on a date with someone.
Telling them how we made out. It was the best night of my life. It was so romantic. And they're like, I'm gonna kill you.
Do you? I don't think that The Bachelor is ever going away. By the way,
it doesn't seem like it.
When I get to The Bachelor,
I know of a real life throuple.
Tell me.
And it's fascinating to me.
Tell me all about it.
I don't know the situation. What
do you mean you just know this? You just said you know of a throuple.
I know of them, but like online, like I see online, I go,
what's the story?
Well, she is married. She was bisexual.
Okay.
And I went on like maybe 2 days with her.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, but not like we never dated. We were never together.
Okay.
But a lovely person. She ended up. Oh my God.
What?
So we were talking about maybe dating at one point.
Okay.
Like it was sort of in the we'll see kind of stage. We had gone on a few dates, but it was
Okay.
all very friendly, nothing
Okay.
super romantic. And she one night said, "Can I come make you dinner tomorrow night?" And I was like, "Oh, sure, great." Now we're gearing up to start.
How many years ago was this?
This was for Jax.
Well, obviously, you're not cheating on your fiance. I'm talking, is it 10 years ago, 8 years ago?
Oh, it would have been like
Chelsea days?
no, it would have been like, what would have that been? 5.5, 6,
Okay.
something
Okay.
like that.
Right.
It was after the
Right,
Chelsea
just when
days.
it ended,
Yeah,
yeah.
right in between Chelsea and Jax.
Okay.
And
Not that you were dating Chelsea, just that we worked on Chelsea
yes,
lately.
I
Okay.
was never dating. Here's some juicy scoop. No, never,
Exclusive.
never
Yeah.
happened. And I go, oh great, yeah, please, like, because that making someone dinner is a romantic gesture. I thought, here we
Yes.
go. We're gonna talk about like
Right.
really dating. And so she comes over and basically tells me that she has gotten feelings for her roommate, who's a guy, and she wants to start seeing where that's gonna go. And so we're basically not gonna date because she's decided she really has feelings for her guy roommate, who weirdly enough they grew up around each other and reconnected later in life. And I go, oh, okay. So
So then what happened?
I was essentially getting dumped, but without ever
Yeah.
being in we never dated, you know what I
Right.
mean? And then she goes, do you still want me to make dinner? And I go, well, what did you bring?
Because you were still hungry.
Most normal people would just be like, I'm good.
But you still were like,
because I just essentially got
duh, but you were
dumped.
like,
And I go,
I was promised a meal.
yeah, I go, what? She was like, I was going to make tacos. I go, oh, I'll take that. So she ended up still making me dinner. And like,
The roommate was gone. He didn't show up halfway through the
this
tacos.
was at my house.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and she came to my house. And
And she brought all the ingredients?
yeah, she brought a whole bag of everything. That's why I thought, man, this is going to be a great night. I don't like what she is going to such great lengths. We're going to start dating. And in hindsight, I cannot believe that I sat there and ate tacos after getting dumped and not even being in a relationship. And so they started, I know. So they started dating.
Okay.
They eventually got married.
Oh.
And I thought, then I eventually met Jax.
Right.
Maybe, I don't want to say like a year later.
Can she make a mean taco?
It was a great taco.
No, can
Oh,
Jax
Jax makes a great taco too. And so they got married, so I thought it all worked out for the best.
Okay.
I'm with my person. She
Yeah.
clearly found her person. It all worked out. No hard feelings. There was never hard feelings,
Right.
Because we didn't date.
and she made you tacos.
And she made me tacos. And then I see online that she now has a girlfriend.
Okay.
And I ran into them at an L Word event, and she goes, "Here, this is my girlfriend." Even though I'd seen it, I didn't really process what it meant, as I just sort of assumed that she got maybe she got divorced.
Right.
No, they're a throuple. But actually,
How
no,
did she
they're
explain
not.
it to you?
Actually, they're not a throuple. Let me take that back.
Okay.
She has a girlfriend and also a husband, but the lesbian and the husband don't. As far as I know, because I've not talked to her about this. We kind of lost touch.
I think that I think what you're saying is the husband never gets with the girlfriend.
As far
and
as
the
I know.
three of them never get in the bed
Yes.
together. Then that's not a throuple.
But here's a twist.
Okay.
They I'm curious now
How
because
can you
it's
not
like
be?
so interesting. They all spent Christmas together. That's all.
I think
I
there's
don't know their
there's certain
situation.
people, certain men, and I think there's certain women too that will accept that their spouse has a side piece.
Yeah, whatever
And they're
works
like,
for
you know
them."
what? I don't really care. And maybe he's like, and maybe it's not as horrible because it's a girl. And he's like, yeah, I married a girl
Right.
who I knew was bi right before we started to get together. He was making Fortune Feimster tacos. And I knew that her lesbian ways might come rear its head again.
Yeah.
It did. And I'm fine with it. I mean, and I know
Yeah,
that through life, women have been like, okay, fine. You have your mistress as your girlfriend. Just like keep it private or don't have a baby
Right.
with her or whatever. I don't really care. So I guess it's kind of like that. But the fact that they all got together, that it's like really out in the, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's a modern day way of doing things. I'm not here to judge. I just find it very fascinating. It clearly worked out for the best because I would not have been okay with a throuple.
Right.
So she found exactly who she was meant to be with. And I got tacos out of it.
Well, I was
so-
obsessed with this other show called Seeking Sister Wives, and it was about
Okay.
people trying to get another wife.
Mhm.
And some of the families they featured were religious and came from that religion. And then there was this cool black family that the wife, or she was not officially his wife, but they had 3 children together. She was the one that when she met him in college, she was like, I believe in a matriarchal family, so
Uh-huh.
like there should be multiple wives, but they can't get a wife to save them. Like so
Oh,
they
really?
had a girl before that moved in with them and they broke up with her,
Yeah.
but she signed an NDA so she could never tell her story. And then the girl that they featured on the show, they came and did my podcast.
Uh-huh.
And I was like fascinated by it. And at that point, they were together. The show was on, but they were still together. They'd had a marriage ceremony marrying all 3 of them together.
Mhm.
But the girls never sexually got together. They
Yeah.
just would take turns with him. But Vanessa then left,
Uh-huh.
and but she signed an NDA too. So I don't know
Oh.
what happened. But I think she's happy that she got out of it, but she really believed that this lifestyle of having like a friend
Yeah.
who's a roommate, but we also fuck this guy, but we all share. I felt though in her case, it was a lot of just like, I need another chick to like help raise these little kids.
Interesting. There was a show on, I want to say
Does
show
your throuple people have any children?
No,
Okay.
no kids. There was a show on, I think maybe Showtime a long time ago, and it followed a bunch of people.
Polyamorous
people.
Yes, I remember it. I think we
Remember-
watched it for Chelsea. Yeah.
Yes, I found that show to be so fascinating because it was like these people in San Diego and Los Angeles. Like there was really
Yeah.
hot ones in LA
Yeah.
and like goofy nerdy people in San Diego that were all like screwing, and then they would have like retreats. Well, they had their like relationships because
Yeah.
it was like, here's my main relationship, and then I also have this relationship, and she has this relationship. But like your main's your main. Like you don't veer off from your main.
Yes.
And then there was drama because it'd be like, I'm her main, but she's been spending a lot of time with her boyfriend, and then they would have like retreats where they'd all go have a big orgy. It was the best show ever. I wish I could think of the name.
There was some
of
other
it.
show called Brother Husband or
Oh.
Husband Brothers or whatever.
Okay.
And it was one season.
Mm-hmm.
And I met them at my podcast studio, but they were like someone else's guest. It only went one season. And it was a girl with 2 husbands. I mean, not technical husbands, but 2 living in a household
Okay.
together and a couple kids.
Uh-huh.
And one of the guys seemed very gay.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw someone write about it, and I guess he's with a guy now.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
What do you think of the Jeffree Star thing? Are you following that?
That they broke up.
Yes.
Yeah, I wasn't really familiar with their relationship, but they had just moved
Jeffree
into
Star
like a
is a-
$14 million house or
In
something.
Hidden Hills,
Yeah.
Jeffree Star is I guess he was a DJ, but he became like this big YouTube star, entrepreneur, and a makeup artist, had his own makeup.
Mhm.
But he's like an interesting character because he's like all tatted up and he has long nails.
Does Jeffrey go by he?
He does go by he.
But he wears women's clothes, right? Or no?
Not really.
I guess I don't-
So he
I
does.
don't really
He does
follow-
like female hair and makeup,
Okay.
long,
But he
very
has
long nails,
wears long hair, right?
wigs and everything,
Okay.
long nails.
Gotcha.
But he'll wear just like a pink Adidas like sweatsuit.
Gotcha.
Like I guess maybe he's worn a dress or something, but it's
Yeah.
not that. And he definitely goes by Jeffree Star.
Gotcha.
So, also interesting news, went to Magic Mountain on Sunday, and there's
Yeah.
a new ride at the Six Flags
Okay.
called West Coast Shoppers or something.
Okay.
And
I love the transition here.
this, well, because as we were waiting in line for an hour since it's a new ride,
Yeah.
it's based on the guy that created Pimp My Ride and all these shows.
Uh-huh.
And he's got like this custom made car thing, and then you get in a roller coaster and you race the other car.
Okay.
But they kept showing Jeffree Star getting his custom made like Lamborghini that's
Right.
like pink, like he's
Wow.
like the new Angeline or whatever, like a new pink
Yeah.
car.
He
And,
clearly makes tons of money.
So he broke up with his boyfriend.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I just saw that he posted
know
a
all
video
about it.
saying that we've broken up, but like they were just bought a house together like a month ago.
Well, I don't think they bought it together. I think
Okay.
Jeffree Star bought it. They have like these little dogs.
Uh-huh.
And the boyfriend was a very traditionally cis male, I guess you'd say, very straight acting
Okay.
male. So, and he was like a skateboarder or something.
Okay.
So they were sort of an interesting couple that
Uh-huh.
like they found each other. It wasn't what you would think, but they were out and about anyway. Jeffree did a video and he said he's been crying that the boyfriend, what's the boyfriend's name? Nate. That Nate, never wanted to be in front of the camera. He liked being behind the camera, but
Uh-huh.
in the last few years, it's become such a big thing about their relationship.
Right.
Anyway, he left, and and Jeffree goes, but Nate's family still lives in the house that I bought them, and Nate can come and see the dogs whenever he wants. Can I give a prediction?
Yes.
That is not going to last.
You don't think so?
That is not going to last.
Jeffree bought Nate's parents a house.
He said something like, what is it, Kelly?
A house in Michigan that he bought for Nate's family.
Yes, he's like, of
Oh,
course the
wow.
family will still stay in the house and everything.
I
Now,
think that I bet he lets
okay.
them stay in that house.
there might be something like that, but
Okay.
at some point.
But he's not gonna let Nate keep coming in his house.
Nate's already come over and watched the dogs.
But
Okay, he
but once
already
they
has.
start
I'm
dating
talking about
people-
my prediction.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody acts like
Sorry, I have to-
not a problem.
Right.
Okay. Not a problem. Not a problem that we do all this. Eventually, it'll be a problem.
Yeah, 'cause
I'm not saying that Jeffree Star is going to kick out this family that's been lovely to him, but something will be done. Some attorney, somebody will go, listen, you're going to write them this check, or you're going to they're going to now own the house, and you're going to walk away, and they're going to have to pay for the utilities, and you need to leave and stop being the sugar daddy, and something, it's not going to be best friends forever. Come see the dogs whenever you
Right.
want.
well,
No,
at
it's
least once
not.
they start dating other people,
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
what's gonna happen.
Exactly.
But who knows? Maybe he's very generous and is like, all right, you guys, I did that thing where here's the deed, bye bye, and then also you can't. I'm gonna need the key to my house.
I'm
Could be that.
fascinated. I would love to have Jeffree Star on the show. Whatever might happen.
Jeffree Star,
He
come
se-
on Heather's show.
He seems to be handling it very mature and everything, but I'm just saying I don't think that you can have, just like Jeff Lewis in the beginning of him engaged breaking up, it was,
right.
oh, you can stay in the house when I'm not there. And I said, this is not going to work out.
Yeah.
At a certain point, you got to kind of have a schedule. You got to kind of have like some boundaries, but whatever, let people dream. The Bachelor. What were you going to say?
I was just gonna say, like, holy cow, YouTube people make so much money.
Especially
Oh my
those people that are like
gosh.
those like the pioneers of it.
Yeah, the pioneers make some bank. Anyway, The Bachelor.
Oh, like PewDiePie or whatever his name is?
No, I'm not. I don't follow other people.
PewDiePie is this kid that just like played video games. He's
oh,
not
he's
a kid.
like the most. He makes the most money of everyone,
He's-
right?
He makes between $3 and $9 million a month.
Wow.
So but he quit. He just quit.
He did. They're like,
I guess at a certain point you're like, how much more money do I need?
that's true.
Like,
Live
let me
your
just
life,
try to do
kid.
something different. I'm tired of playing video
Just
games.
live
I
your
don't
life.
know.
yeah.
He played video games. The other girl, what's her name? Eats candy.
JoJo Siwa.
Trisha.
Oh,
Trisha makes a lot of money. Trisha Paytas. She just
Yeah.
eats candy.
that JoJo girl makes a lot of money.
JoJo. Okay. I think one day JoJo's gonna make a woman very happy.
Oh, really? I haven't followed JoJo, so I don't know what
Mm.
she's like.
Mark the prediction.
I did pass.
Oh!
I did pass by a neighborhood.
Yes.
After a certain party we went to not that long ago,
Yeah.
and JoJo's. We passed JoJo's.
House?
She says it's her house. I can't imagine. There's no way she lives there. But
Well, she just did a YouTube tour, so you can see if the houses match.
Well, it is the house, but I don't know if it is her house. There's cars with her face wrapped all over them in the driveway, and it was decorated crazy for Christmas, and she had posted that house on. It is her house, but I don't know. She says she lives there. There's no way, because it's like right there on the street.
I can see somebody with new money not thinking like, hey, this is a nice house, but maybe I should pick a more private location. That's just the kind of person that would buy a house on a busy street.
Because she's clearly not hiding that
Right.
it's her house. Her face is wrapped all over these cars.
Yeah.
And I think it's like her merch house. I think she bought a whole house
Maybe.
for like her merch.
Maybe she just has the people
and like
working
maybe her
there.
assistant lives there.
Yes, maybe that's just
Yeah.
where they operate. That would make sense.
I wish I could have a merch house.
I know you have to go, but I want to just wrap up The Bachelor because
Yeah.
some juicy stuff happened.
Wrap it up, girl.
There is this girl, and her name's like Kelsey or something.
Mhm.
And it's the night of, getting the rose night or whatever. And she's like, I'm really excited because I've had this bottle of champagne for a year. I got it for my birthday and I kept it on my desk. And I was like, if I ever get on The Bachelor, I'm going to bring it. And tonight I have it all set up and I'm going to have the champagne with Peter.
Okay.
So
I haven't caught up on The Bachelor. So.
Okay, so all these girls that are barely featured that are going to definitely get the boot
Yeah.
are like, that's great. Those are the ones that are always super supportive of
Right.
somebody because they're like, no one cares about you anyway. So they're like, that's great. And she goes, so they show her setting it up. She has a little blanket. She put it by the fire. She put it in an ice bucket. She has 2 glasses. And she's trying to get him while he's talking to the other people.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, he comes around the corner with a front runner
Mhm.
named Hannah Ann.
Already a front runner.
And she is some place from the South. She's very cute. She's a professional model. She's 23.
Oh, I saw that part.
I believe she's a virgin, but they haven't said that yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, she comes around and she's like, oh my God, look at this champagne. And he's like,
Oh.
should we have some? And he's like,
Oh,
absolutely.
no.
So it was the greatest moment. I don't care if it was set up or not, but the Bachelor editors, producers fucking killed it.
Yeah.
So the blonde girl is there and she's like, I'm just trying to find him.
Oh, no.
You hear the pop. And all the other girls are like, what? And she goes, no.
Oh, my God.
No! And she goes running over and goes around, and they're both like, clang.
Oh.
And she turns around and she goes back. She's like, that was my champagne. It was Dom or something. I've been saving it for a year.
Not that long.
And they're like, he's like, and she's like, she was crying. She's like, oh my God, the girl. So then he takes her and they're walking and they see another bottle of champagne just sitting there. So he's like, let's just sit here. And it's like the subpar bottle of champagne.
Right.
But he pops it. And then she's like, okay, all right. He's like, I'm really sorry. I'll spend
Yeah.
time with you. I'm sorry. He's like, all right. And he's like, should we pour it in a glass? She's like, let's just have it from the bottle. And she pours it from the bottle, and it's the greatest thing. It flushes up her nose all over her face. And so afterwards, she sees the pretty girl, the girl, and she's like, you're a piece of shit. You know what you were doing. You're a bitch. You knew. She goes, I didn't know. We came
Yeah.
around the corner. We thought it was there. I believe her.
Right.
I believe her.
The
Who's
producers
she's
probably...
like, I brought that bottle from Iowa. Well, who knew? Who's bringing bottles of champagne to the rose ceremony?
The producers 100% had to have set that up, but didn't
yeah.
tell.
Right.
Dan. There's no way Peter and that girl knew.
No.
But they were probably just like...
They probably said, hey, why don't you walk around the
Yeah.
corner? There's something for you.
Right.
And then, oh, okay. But then probably said, don't say, And so she's like, I acknowledge your feelings. I apologize. She's like, you really haven't apologized. She's like, well, I'm saying I'm sorry now.
Yeah.
So then the next day, they put them on the group date together, okay? And they go to Revolve, which every former Bachelor girl has a deal with Revolve. It's a clothing. I didn't know if it was an actual store. I think it's an online store, but now they have an actual brick and mortar store. So they all walk in there and they go, okay, you guys, you can each pick out 2 outfits to model. And whoever wins the modeling competition is going to get $12,000 worth of free Revolve clothes.
Okay.
So they all have to pick out their outfits, and the judges are Janice Dickinson, Carson Kressley, and then the Revolve chick.
Right.
So they come up, well, Hannah A, or whatever her name is, the one that, got the champagne thing, she ends up winning because she's a professional model, and
Right.
she came out as a bride, and she
Yeah.
did some, And so anyway, now Kelsey's still really pissed and still goes up to her and is like, you know what you fucking did with that champagne? And the girl's like, oh my God.
Jeez,
So that was
champagne.
all juicy. Also juicy is the girl that he lost to, like
Yeah.
he wanted her, but she dumped him like he was like the fourth runner up.
Hannah.
The original Hannah,
Yeah.
the dancing Hannah. She comes back
I do
on
know
that show
Yeah.
twice. She came on the
The
first night,
one.
and then she comes back again.
Ooh, somebody's thirsty.
And she's like, as you guys know, we fucked 4 times in a windmill. I'm like
she's trying to intimidate those
it's
other
getting
girls.
a little trashy.
She don't want him. She just wants to be on TV.
So well,
she went from the Bachelor. She went from the Bachelor to her own Bachelorette to Dancing with the Stars
to winning. Didn't she win?
She won, and then she ain't looking for nobody but a paycheck.
Well, he was super into her. She had a low cut, sequency, not sequency, glittery dress.
Yeah, there's no way she's sticking around.
And he was like touching her back.
Yeah,
because
they
down.
screwed in a
She's
windmill.
crying. And he's like, oh my God, I want to kiss you. And she's like, what are we going to do? And he's like, I mean, would it be crazy? Would you come back to the house? And she's like, no, I'm not going to come back to the house. Me in the competition. And she's like, her legs are wrapped around him. I mean, they're like kissing. And then finally he's like, I signed a contract with ABC. Like, I got to go back and like pursue these other girls.
Of course.
So then he starts walking back. There's glitter all over his outfit. And the girls are like, meanwhile, the girls' assignment was that they had to write their most sexual experience out and do like a vagina monologue
What is happening,
at like
ABC?
the Avalon Theater. Okay.
What's happening?
So they all have their notebooks. They're like, hi, Peter, the pilot, who, by the way, he's cute, but he doesn't have like a great jawline and he has no pectorals.
Yeah, he's like,
But he's cute. But he's
a cute
very
guy,
sexual.
But he's a goofy guy.
He likes to kiss a
Well,
lot.
yeah, he had condoms in his remember when during the Bachelorette she went on their group hometown date or whatever?
Yeah.
She was going through the console
that's
of his car
right.
and
You
pulled out a
remember
bunch of condoms. He had like a
That's
he
right.
had like a Costco thing of condoms.
Well,
So
there is a great Costco in Westlake Village where he's from.
Clearly likes to bone, and ABC loves to remind us how much they screwed in a windmill
4
Which
times.
You're like, okay,
We got it.
But
God.
I don't think Hannah. The thing with Hannah's gonna fizzle out. I think she likes to she knows that she has control over him, and she likes to see him be
Well, if you follow
groveling over her, but eventually he's gonna get some confidence because these other chicks and be like, okay, it's not working out.
Well, if you follow these girls, they're all Revolve spokespeople.
Right.
And so they were grooming these girls,
Mhm.
which, I'm sensitive to the word grooming. But anyway, they got to have their fun. But he says to them before this was the other date, not the Revolve date. He says, as you guys know, Hannah was here and I just can't go on with the date. So they never got to perform their vagina monologue. No. And he goes, I'll just see you guys at the party after.
Well, that's a bummer.
And a lot of them were like, we just got cheated like a bunch of
Yeah.
times. So
Peter, pull it together.
also in the preview, I think this part's interesting.
I say that as if they're still filming.
The mom, they keep showing this preview where the mom is like, go get our girl and bring her home. I'm like, what are you talking about?
That's a weird family.
yeah, it's like, even if he's dating a girl, you've met her what, twice?
Yeah, no, she wants to bring someone else into the fold. Whoever he picks better love family time.
I mean, I understand she only has 2 boys and she might really want that daughter-in-law, but it seems a little aggressive.
Well, they're one of those tight families where you need to be willing to wear pajamas on Christmas together. That's their kind of family.
You be Peter. I'm going to be a girl that thinks this is what he wants to hear.
Okay. Hey, babe.
Hi. It's good to spend time with you.
Yeah, it's great. I really love being the Bachelor. It's fun.
I I know you're going through a lot. There's like a lot of
Ugh.
pressures on you. And so I just appreciate just you taking time to get to know me. So I just
Of course.
want to take this time to tell you a little bit about me,
Oh,
myself.
Okay. Sure.
I'm the kind of girl that like family is everything.
Oh, that's good because I have a very close family.
I mean, I just, it's like my grandparents,
Mhm.
they've been married for 61 years.
Whoa, that's amazing. My
Yeah.
grandparents have too.
Yeah, it's weird. A lot of grandparents have been married a really long time.
Yeah, we have a lot in common. That's great.
And I love to go on airplanes.
Oh, well, that works out because I know somebody who flies some planes.
I know. I think that's so amazing that you're a pilot because I
Thank you.
always, when I was a little girl, I used to look up at the sky
Mm-hmm.
and there'd be planes where I lived. There'd be planes that you
Really?
could see.
There were planes.
Yeah, and I'd be like, one
Oh,
day,
wow.
this is so embarrassing. This is crazy. I can't believe
No.
I'm sharing this.
No.
Oh, no, I
You should
can't.
sit on my lap.
Okay.
This is better.
I'm getting on your lap now. I just can't. This is so embarrassing. But I always was like, I just saw myself
Yeah.
like on a plane with someone that knew how to drive it.
Oh my gosh, really? That's
Um,
crazy.
I know. And so then
That's crazy because I drive planes.
I know.
Some call them fly, but drive, whatever.
So when I heard that you were going to be the Bachelor, I was like, Mom, and it's crazy because this is weird, but I'm like really close to my mom.
No way.
Yeah, we just like talk on the phone
Are
every
you
day.
kidding me?
No,
That's my relationship with my mom.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I'm gonna do this journey.
Yeah.
Because he likes his
I
mom,
love my mom.
and I'm like, my mom is just like, she's like my best friend.
Oh my God. I can't believe you just said that.
And
My mom is my best friend. It's a close tie with my dad. My dad is also my best friend.
oh my God, I'm super like, I'm a girl,
Mm-hmm.
but I was like a tom girl
Oh,
or a
that's,
tomboy.
that's so cute.
And so like my dad and I, we used to like play basketball and
Wow, me and my dad did too.
that's crazy.
That's so crazy. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Should we make out?
I mean, I'd like to.
Okay.
Oh, another thing that Peter does that he's done now with two girls
Yeah.
is he lifts them up and puts them like on a bar
Yeah.
and then makes out with them and then they wrap their legs around his body.
He thinks that's the sexy move.
I think that he gets a sexy move, but it's not like he's holding them up enough and his dick is in their vagina.
Well-
He just sits them there so that it's like they're a little bit more face to face if they're little.
Well, that's because he's not as strong as some of the other bachelors
Oh.
who, remember, they always pick up the girls, but they
Oh.
wrap them around their waist.
I wonder
he,
if like
he doesn't have the strength, so he's like picks him up and then's like, where is a table that I could
yes
help, like,
'Cause
you
I know that
distribute
they-
the weight.
I know they have to be strong enough to handle a toddler jump, which I've talked about.
yeah.
And where one girl going to the revolve thing, she just did it. She just went
gotta
for it. Because
do
she's
it.
like, I've barely been featured. Cameramen are like barely even keeping the camera on me
Yeah.
for. I'm not going to make it to the fourth,
Right,
final
right.
four. So I got to do my toddler jump now.
Yeah.
And so they do the toddler jumps. But then I also wonder, like, is there like another training camp of like, here's some sexy moves?
Uh-huh.
Like a Casanova comes in and it's like, you pick them up
Yeah.
and you put them on a bar and
Yeah.
it's really fucking hot because it
Uh-huh.
is. He's done it to two girls now. Kelly, who he met, not you. She looked around. No, Kelly who works with me. No, there's this girl, Kelly, I think she is, and
Mhm.
she was the attorney that he met at the
Yeah.
Four Seasons in Westlake. He put her on the bar, and then he just put this other girl with heavy brows on the bar.
Heavy brows on the bar. Heavy brows on the bar. Ooh.
Anyway,
And I haven't caught up.
It's
I know it's only 2 episodes in, but I'm behind.
they're long
because
episodes.
they're like 5 hours.
You got to get
each.
through, but I mean, the champagne gate was pretty great.
I'm gonna catch up
and-
on that.
Anyway, I love you. I can't wait
love
to watch the
you.
special.
January
everyone
21st, Sweet and Salty
Netflix.
on Netflix.
Follow Fortune.
Oh, and check out my podcast, Sincerely Fortune.
yes, and she
Lance Bass is on it next week. You got to come back on it.
I'll do
People
it
love hearing
anytime.
from you.
And Lance is great too. And anyway, I love you.
You were one of my highest rated episodes of the year.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
People love them some Heather McDonald.
Weirdly, it didn't really do anything for me. But
That's weird. Did it move the needle?
Didn't really move
Weird.
the needle in my life. Didn't see any big changes. But it's sweet that you said it.
I bet that you don't even know how much it changed things. My fans are quieter
Anyway,
than the juicy scoopers.
how did you choose sweet and salty? Is it based on a bit?
It is, yeah. There's a swim bit that I do, and
Oh.
it's in that bit. But it's also part of my personality where I'm really sweet and nice and positive, and then every now and then I get a little saucy, a little salty, and I like tell a dirty joke or
I think like sea salt chocolate
Mm-hmm.
has been one of the greater things that have come out of the 2000s.
100%. Chocolate and salt.
Like a
so
chocolate
good.
covered salty pretzel.
So good.
Where was that
I don't know.
20 years ago?
I had a chocolate covered pretzel the other day, and it was so delicious. Not the ones that you get in the bag. It was like a gourmet, like the big stick.
And like a dark, and I like
Yeah,
a
and
dark
some
chocolate
salt.
with like a rock, like where you
Yeah.
can see the crystals of salt.
And I ate a bite of it, and I go, "This is so delicious. Why are there not more sweet and salty situations happening?"
It's the best.
So
It's like when you take a handful. Oh, it's like when you take a buttered popcorn
yeah,
and
and M&Ms
a peanut M&M.
Oh yeah, even better. Sweet and salty. January 21st. Come on, Juicy Scoopers.
We can
Do it for me and Chris Frangiola. And Heather McDonald.
Thank you, girl.
Thank
Bye.
you.